I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to Mark and Saranya and Sister Brenda, Mike, everyone who put this amazing conference together, because this is really what it's all about. This is the reason why we went into medicine. We have this idea that things aren't right in this world. We have this idea that we need to work towards justice, and we see medicine as the avenue to take us there. And then we get the white coat put on our shoulders, and we start an anatomy lab, and justice goes out the door. Sometimes we don't hear the word for the next 4 years or even longer. So I think it's great that we're taking time out to really reflect on what brought us to this point in life. So again, when you are invited to give talks in the future, you will usually be asked about the title, and you give the title, and then 4 weeks later or 5 weeks later, you start putting your slides together. So I came up with this title a while ago, How to Promote Health in an Unfair World. And then I sat down last week and I thought, my goodness, how do we promote health in an unfair world? And is there any way in the span of 45 minutes I'm going to be able to impart the answer to that question? And unfortunately, the answer is no. I'm not going to give you one single solution. The bright side is that that's because there are many different ways to get there. And actually, my talk is building right off of Dorothy's, how to find your niche, how to find your path that will fulfill you and give you a purposeful life. So here's the journey we're going to go on today. I'm going to start off with an introduction, building on Saranya, just telling you about the windy path that I've had. And I'm doing this for two reasons. One, I think it's really important to always consider your source. You learn that in undergrad college. If you're reading any sort of document, who's writing it and why? And so in the spirit of full disclosure, or perhaps a disclaimer, I think I should tell you who I am, where I come from, and whether you believe me or not. But the second thing is because the path I've had is a bit windy, and I think it serves as an example and maybe will give you hope if you're finding yourself going off a field and people are saying, now, why is she doing that? Or where is he going with this? Just keep your eyes on the prize and you'll get there. And of course, this is a medical lecture, so we're going to be talking about case studies. What is a med school lecture without the classic vignette? But we'll actually be looking at these diseases through the lens of justice. And we'll use these case studies to then go on and build a definition of justice. We'll talk a little bit about the philosophy behind justice, what the ancient Greeks thought, and move quickly forward. But what I hope you can come away with is a definition of justice you can really sink your teeth into and take with you to the wards, to clinic, and beyond. So that's what we're after. And then the final part is talking about building a habit of engagement, because that's how I think we go from point A to point B. We're young, we're idealistic, we have all these ideas about how we want the world to work. How do we carry that fervor into the next stage of our life? And I think building a habit of engagement is the line that connects these 2 points, from student to careerist.